Once again, I'm staring at this image I've made for this. But, hi, hello, welcome to Toonkind at 12 frames per second Babble. Would you like to say what the title of this game is?
Where's my son?
That's right, where is he?
I'm sorry, I couldn't do it without laughing.
No, this is exactly what I expected. Hi everyone, I'm Kraken. I'm playing a couple people, chiefly in concern of this whole escapade Craigory Danthew, but probably some others. Definitely some others actually with what we just decided from the beginning. But anyway, hi, hello, I'm Kraken. It's Craigory time. Who's with me?
Hi, I'm Babble. I play a fucking idiot wizard. Who's, very mad. Very angry. Angry. And,
yeah. Why is he angry, Babble?
his son is missing.
Huh, how long's
Your
that been
Honor.
going on?
I actually don't know. A while.
I'm gonna say Winn's been aware for like almost 3 weeks. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Enough time
Yeah,
to
that's
have gone a little batshit.
Enough time for him to have gone very batshit, considering the fact that this man has anxiety. They look at Winn. They look at me. This man has my anxiety and my autism and protectiveness.
Mm-hmm.
He's been long since that shit.
So I think maybe the first important question there is, hey, how did you figure out that your son is missing?
That is a good question, because there are many routes that I could go with this. More than likely, though, he probably went to visit Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Because after calling his son, not getting a hold of him, he's a little concerned. And by a little, I mean a lot.
Yep. They would have, well, let's just say when they both would have gone to Craigory's place, it would have been pretty empty, save for maybe a certain gnome child that Jenny has been looking after the past some weeks since this all came to light. That's what she's been doing. Winn, once it became clear that someone was not where they were meant to be, what have you been doing to go find him?
Searching literally everywhere. He basically started pulling a far more aggressive search for Craigory. That similar to how he did when he was searching for his goddamn nephew. The thing is that he has a better idea of how to look for Craigory because he knew Craigory. And so, searching old haunts. Also knew Craigory's Dama. I just dread the fact that they were married at one point.
At one point.
Searching old haunts that Winn and his ex-spouse would have gone to. Fucking going to the fucking Wizard's Hall in the middle of the goddamn ocean, mind you. Which Winn hates water, but he'll do it.
Ah.
Going to the Wizard's Guild, even. Actually, the Wizard's Guild is honestly one of the first places that he'd look.
Yeah, reasonable, reasonable. It was even kind of fruitful-ish.
Very, and very, anger-inducing.
Yeah. It turned out the leader of that whole guild, Minerva Kane, might have been the first person out of anyone ever to realize, hey, Craigory Danthew's not where he's supposed to be, and hasn't been seen for a while. Did she do anything about it? No. not until Winn showed up. So I think where we'll actually like pick up this FPS for real is Winn, you demanded updates from Minerva, didn't you?
He did. He did.
After,
because if he didn't, he was going to tear Minerva limb from limb. Politically.
There have been a few updates that Winn has received during this whole thing. Most of them are they're factual. They're useful in the sense that it's crossing off, possibilities and avenues, but when you've gotten the distinct sense that they're, what's the word? Perfunctory? Minimal effort. Even a little sulky. But
she's half-assing it.
Yeah.
And that pisses him off.
At least there's assing? There wasn't before. But
Winn has decided that, am I going to put up with this today? And the answer was no.
Well, the good news, maybe, is that the latest one has a different tone. Minerva has found something, and rather than... She just told you straight out, when you get a buddy plane, or however it is decided that you two would communicate, it donks you in the forehead. And it's just very neat, precise handwriting. He's in Halloween Town.
He is taking a deep breath, putting on a mask so that nobody around him knows that he wants to beat ass. Because that doesn't look good. And, he's off.
Yeah.
Doesn't even bother. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Telling no
off
one?
to Halloween. Nope. Fuck everybody else. Well, except for Jenny. He's already on the way, calling Jenny while flying. Probably a little hard to hear. So eventually he just yells, Craigory, Halloween Town, move!
Like, is that good or bad?
He doesn't give anything else.
Just hangs up the fucking Stone of Far speech or whatever this is.
Yeah.
Good job.
He's an idiot. Listen.
God. I was going to point out that Halloween Town does have a teleportation circle. I'm not RJ. I can't say for sure. Trying to fly into Halloween Town is probably interesting to do.
Probably. But do you really think that Winn would think about that?
Absolutely not. Of course not.
Winn doesn't think. He just does. He just does things. He'll think the bare minimum.
God. He sure will. Again, I'm not RJ. You know what? We're gonna roll to see how tough it was for Winn to fly into goddamn Halloween Town. Oh shit, I don't have my character sheet up. What the fuck? Trying to figure out what kind of roll this would be. Might just be a flat D20. Basically, see how difficult / how long it takes for Kara to be like, I mean, you're probably not that sus.
That's an 8.
It sure is.
I'm pretty sure it takes him a fucking while.
What I'm imagining with a grain of salt is stuff like, from the air you can see there's a settlement. It's the sharp and dark spires of Halloween Town. It's an aesthetic. Geographically, Winn knows where he is, goes to move down, and it seems like the forest around shifts, and suddenly his trajectory is off. So he adjusts. And the trajectory is off?
He goes back up, and then tries again. Just flying around Halloween Town looking like, alright, well, fuck you and your games. I'm gonna go this way, and then I'm gonna land here, and maybe I might actually land where I want to be.
Winn's having trouble, which
no,
think this is where we switch back to this is where we switch over to Craigory. Who is I think just kind of sitting out on the steps of the manor, which he doesn't know how to exist here. He doesn't know Jacques and Asclepius. He feels very awkward being in their home. It's a time. He's just trying to stay out of the way, but also not go too far, because everyone freaks out if he goes too far. It's only been a day or two after the whole debacle that was a new deal. So He's compromising by sitting on the steps. And I'm going to roll a perception for him. All right. 18. Yeah, he notices the figure that's trying to dive bomb the town.
Probably also hears the wind chime Grolix every time he lands and he's not where he wants to be.
And Craigory is just squints and goes, Winn? Kind of... He hesitates on how to do this and then, moves off the porch and pats the ground. Kara? I think you can let him in. I know him. Which, Winn, is finally how you land in goddamn Halloween Town.
He lands and he's about to shoot off again because he's gotten into a routine at this point of being frustrated with this.
When you don't even quite land before you, Craigory's gonna try and get your attention. Because hello? I think, Winn, you roll a perception.
Oh joy, oh boy, oh joy, I love his perception so much. Where is your perception, my good dude? Wait, I don't think I really need to worry about that. It's just a d20.
Handshake.
As is most of your things.
13? Okay.
It's 13.
Winn, you've only been getting more and more frustrated as this has gone on. Grolix wind chime swearing a blue streak. Very frustrated. So 13 I think is just enough to hear something that isn't yourself. It sounds like someone you've been looking for, and also they're off from where you've been trying to aim, which is probably the center of town. There's a figure kind of on the lawn of a manor, waving his arms.
This man doesn't even say anything. He perks up from where he was about to shoot off again, and he just starts poking it.
Uh-oh. Does Winn slow down at all before touchdown? Is he just going to barrel
he landed. He landed, now he's just running on his feet.
Ah, okay. Craigory's going to stay where he is?
I don't know if there's a gate in between the rest of the town and the manor. But if there
Winn, you've been goddamn flying. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's not really... He's gonna kick off and top it. kick off just enough to, like, swing his feet around and hop the damn thing. Fuck you. If there is one. If not, he keeps running. And as soon as he is within straightforward running distance of Craigory, would you like to make me an insight as he's
Boy, would I.
starting?
Holy shit. Two? Craigory's mostly confused. And maybe more the fact he's focused less on what Winn's face is doing as focused on potentially bracing, because Winn doesn't look like he's slowing down.
No, he's not. He's not slowing down. If anything, he kicks up on his magic shoes again and bolts even faster.
Oh god.
You might want to brace, my guy.
Craigory's bracing. That's exactly what he's doing.
Let's see how well Winn aims for Craigory.
If anything, I figure it's a dead-on aim. Craigory just needs to roll something and not get bowled over. Call that strength.
I don't know exactly how straight Winn is aiming.
You know what? Fair enough.
Honest, even if he was, because I look at the things that I have with his eye, and
that's
what
true.
Cause it to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably been dealing with a lot of shit. He aimed pretty damn good.
Target locked.
Target acquired.
Huh. Why do you have a +2 to acrobatics? That's fun. I mean, athletic. Fuck. I misread that entirely. Yeah, it's still a +1. But, you know, call that a 17. Craigory had the warning time to brace for impact.
He sure did. And he's getting basically tackle hugged.
Hi, Winn, what are you, doing here? Hi. I didn't, oh, jeez, I haven't really told people,
I may or may not have, threatened Minerva, don't worry about it.
What, why?
Oh my god. Because she's a bitch-ass motherfucker and I'm gonna kick her ass. Anyways, not the point. Not the point. Come here, now. Bend. I am short.
Craigory bends over? Is this just like for a hug? I mean,
Absolutely.
we already slammed into him.
Yeah, I know, but he's getting hugged again. Fuck you.
Yep, fair enough. Winn tells him to, Craigory does, and it's another...
It's another fucking hug.
Yep.
But, like, this hug is a lot more dad. That's a fucking 15. You feel the fucking love, you son of a bitch.
That's a dadly hug right there.
It is a dadly hug.
And, Winn, I think it's your turn to roll an insight.
Oh boy, I love insight. Insight, my beloved.
They're so good at this. Winn, you hug this wizard, who, for all intents and purposes, you consider your son, with all your strength. And, you know, with a 6, obviously you can't see Craigory's face or anything expression's doing, but he just, there was a moment where he's kind of confused stiff, and then he sags into, like, when this wizard is tall, he's just gone kind of limp and boneless. This is this good? Is this bad? Winn isn't sure, but it's sure happening.
God. Winn just hugs him tighter I have been so worried.
So, you knew? You noticed?
I did notice, of course I noticed. Of course I noticed, Craigory.
Uh, sorry.
Don't apologize. You're good. Fine, you're safe. And I'm just happy that you're okay. I am so happy that you're okay.
Yeah, things are good. Is, Auntie? Does she know anything? I don't really know what's been happening. How did you even know I was... Were you just checking Halloween Town for the hell of it?
I've called you many times. There was no answer, and then I went to Jenny. We went to your place. Found your daughter. Alone.
Okay, good. Yeah, someone did confirm that. Someone did confirm that Auntie was taking care of it. It's good to hear.
And then I went to anywhere and everywhere that I thought that you could be. Till I went to Minerva. Figured out that she knew the entire goddamn time.
She what?
What? Don't worry, I'm handling it.
Are you serious? Like, it's... Dad, it's been like a month.
Craigory, please, we can deal with that later. I've already got a plan. Because of course, I'm not going to let that slide. And, Craigory, you can hear it in his voice. That slight little deepening and lowness to it. Yeah, that's Winn's I'm gonna fuck shit up voice. That's his political destruction voice.
I don't know if you want to do, like, another insight, but Craigory just relaxes further. 5? Winn is so angry that nothing else is getting through. Angry and worried.
If Craigory allows, Winn's hands are going to move to his face once he is done fucking hugging him.
Craigory's not going to stop him.
And roll me an insight with advantage.
Yeah, at this point, I think we're needing advantage. They're doing terribly. 13?
13. So, gods. With that, you can see that he's angry. It's safe to assume that given the voice that he used when talking about Minerva and what he was planning to do about that, it's more than likely not at him. But past that, at the forefront, is the look of fatherly affection and worry. As he cups Craigory's cheeks. I'm so sorry that I didn't find you sooner.
No, I mean, I don't think anyone would have known where to look. That's kind of a whole story, but how much do you know of how it happened? I don't think Winn needs insight to know that Craigory suddenly looks very uneasy and unsure.
For the moment, the only thing that I know is that your Dumbo was involved.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I... Okay, so that's not a surprise, that's good.
I didn't tell you, Craigory. Yudama and I met before this happened.
Wait, you...
Didn't get much out of them. It was by chance. Quite literally ran into them. I didn't get anything out of them. Really.
I mean, I didn't get much either, and they were sort of actively sharing. But, look, like, I know you... this is probably gonna, it's gonna be tough to hear, I guess. They had made a deal, and I was the deal. That's what happened.
That's unfortunately what I figured once you went missing.
Is this like a habit he makes, making deals with big, powerful things? And as Craigory is saying this, he's kind of realizing, yeah, actually, it's a pattern, because he's remembering what he's been told of the whole darkness deal, as anyone understands it. So, sorry you,
Unfortunately,
Hmm?
I just never thought that they would be so stupid, so cruel, and many other words that I don't quite have at the moment, as to make a deal with you as the price. I suppose that was just my wishful thinking. And, he's gonna look at Craigory again, though, and instead of making him bend down, he's kicking off very gently on his magic shoes,
Mm-hmm.
and he is giving Craigory's forehead a kiss.
Craigory closes his eyes and just leans into it. I'm sorry I didn't reach out right away. I've kind of been just sleeping a lot, honestly.
Understandable, I don't know what happened, but likely it was a lot.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were perhaps not okay, but you're here. And
I'm out and sober. That's all that matters, right?
we'll work on everything else.
Yeah, about Henrik though. That thing. If you were planning to do some kind of big roaring revenge thing, that's might get a little complicated. And Craigory's kind of fiddling with his sleeves.
Winn has since let go of Craigory's face. And is now just standing on the ground again. his eye closes and he kind of rubs with his fingers his eyes because okay. All right. I would suggest going to a cafe to potentially discuss this, but I don't think that this town will let us do that.
I mean, they might. I don't know. I mean, we're probably just as
I
likely to get turned around in circles than anything. But it's not like we'd end up anywhere dangerous. I mean, we can go for the walk.
a walk sounds nice.
Craigory's just going to start leading the way. He is just kind of going where the feet take him, and he's figuring Kara will just route them as they see fit.
Yeah. Winn is following along.
That's the point Craigory's reached with this town.
God.
So, I guess kind of the important cliff notes here on that is, I keep on thinking the beginning is like further along than it is. When do you know about, and Craigory looks awkward and he gestures at himself. Do you know what they were like researching? Working on? What that was? Is that news?
Roll me an insight
Boy howdy.
as he's kind of quiet.
Oh, here we go. 18.
There is a mixture of emotions on that face. It is one of sadness, disappointment, but unsurprised knowing.
And Craigory's own expression pinches and he looks away. I mean, kind of a dumb question, I guess. You saw us both grow up, so you must have known. Winn, why didn't you or Jenny say anything? Isn't it? Like, the moment I saw them, it got kind of obvious that, like, we're the same.
Quite frank, I didn't say anything because Jenny told me not to. And the other half of that is because even though you looked exactly like them, I didn't see you as them. And I still don't.
You know what? This is just the game of insights, isn't it? It's another one of those. Roll me an insight.
Oh boy. Come on, please. God damn it.
13. It's plenty enough to realize that Craigory looks away, which doesn't help. But his voice is getting wobbly. But that's not the case for, like, Auntie, is it? She did see them, so that's... I mean, I guess it explains everything, right? She just...
It does.
She saw
I-
it explain when I get it now. She saw them. And that's why we're like this now. Like, we don't talk, Winn. We never have.
Craigory, Jenny hardly talks to anyone. Even me. Jenny doesn't talk. Seems to be a very Danthew trait.
That's not making me feel better. Just... I mean, I don't know what I would have wanted, like, would I have wanted to know what I believed in? I don't know. Just the fact that any of this has happened is messed up.
I know, and it isn't fair, and words cannot fully express how sorry I am. And I know that that does not fix it. You at the very least deserve acknowledgement.
And, Craigory kind of wipes at his face quickly. Yeah, so I guess if we have that ground zero, the point is they made a whole copy clone thing, and that was me, and then they did that for 12 years, and then they made a whole deal with the thrall and threw that all away, threw me away, and left me with Jenny, and then when it was time to collect, came back and dragged me over, and like took my body, and then went and made another deal, I think, because that wasn't enough, and so people had to go get them in order to make Thrall let me go. So, long story short, the thing I've been trying to tell you, that's where they are now. Like, look, Henrik's gone. There's no getting out of there.
When, if you were looking at him when you said, came back, collected him, and stole his body, there was, his head was slightly down as he was listening. It went, shot up, and his hair did the Ghiblian thing of frizzing, and his eye turned white.
Considering Craiger's kind of distraught, I think I'm gonna have to roll like a perception to see if he caught that.
I'm gonna have to roll a deception, because even though that's still going to be prevalent with a deception, he's gonna be putting everything to not seeming like he wants to commit a murder.
Well, that's an
There's your
8 perception, and
11 deception win.
I mean, beats an 8.
It does, but like, I think even with an 8, you probably get the feeling like
There's
an
aura.
some kind of change in the yeah.
You know,
That
hair
is
on
not
the
a good
back
enough
of the neck
perception.
rises up, sort of thing.
You can probably even hear the crackle of lightning subtly. That is not, man, that is a shitty deception.
They're both going through it. They're having a normal one.
such as with these guys. I'm going to see if he can calm himself down. That would be a persuasion to himself. I'm guessing probably. Actually, what does he have in magic? Does he have calm emotions? He might need calm emotions.
I'll tell you right now,
Do you
Craigory
have
does
that?
not have calm emotions.
Do you have that? No, you don't. You really don't. You've got dick all. You have sense emotion. You have sense emotion. Why do you have sense emotion and not calm emotion, you ignorant slut?
Because it's a flat d20 for insight. It's the compensation, apparently.
Right. And he doesn't have any. He can't destroy anything here because he doesn't know where is good. He doesn't know this place, and he's pretty sure it's alive.
Yeah, I think Winn's gotten the distinct sense of that.
He's pretty sure the whole ass town is alive, so he doesn't have anywhere to go to, let off some steam. Oh god. I'm gonna make him a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Alright. This can only go well.
8?
It can only go well.
8?
It can only go so well. That's an 8.
What's he doing?
That's a no. Vibrating in place. Angrily.
Visibly.
Trying not to, just trying to keep himself right there so that he doesn't go off and do something stupid.
I don't know, it's
But the longer
all
that
messed
he's just
up is
kind of
what it is.
standing there, it is all messed up, and I think the reason why he got so low on that is because the longer that he's standing there, the longer that he's watching Craigory, the more angry that he's getting because he really cannot see Henrik.
If anything,
Craigory.
this, any insight rolls aside, this is probably the most openly emotional open Craigory's ever been with Winn.
Exactly! And just, I think he at the very least could hear Craigory crying. That makes all of his dad instincts just go haywire. So there's a lot going on in Winn, and a lot of things that he wants to do, a lot of shit that he wants to say, and he's just overcome with fatherly protection and anger. And the longer that happens, since he's only getting more angry, the lightning is seeping through his gloves. Winn is far more covered than he ever has been. Like, the only thing that isn't covered anymore is his face, and even then, he's probably got something covering some of it.
Winn? Craigory kind of gestures at all of him. You're sparking a lot.
I know it. I know. I need to think. No, I don't need to think. I need to not think. I just want to get this out there before anything else is said that I am not angry at you. I have no reason to be angry at you. You have done so well, and I am so incredibly proud of you.
I don't even know what I've done.
You're here and you exist, and that is enough.
Craigory's gonna reach out and just pull Winn into a hug at that.
Ah!
Initiate affection.
Initiate affection.
Which is unusual for Craigory. This
is,
boldly, at least.
You can feel him tense as soon as that happens. And there's a slight panic to Winn. Give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
God, Winn, how high are you casting this?
Oh, God!
I don't... It's not on purpose. It isn't
I know,
on
but I'm
purpose.
just saying.
When you reach 5th level. Oh, God. Okay, I have to do 2d8. 8 lightning damage. I'm so sorry.
Cartoony bzzzt, and there's a slight skeleton and vague char. But Craigory doesn't actually let go.
Gregory, please. I'm so sorry. I can't control this. I would highly recommend letting go until I've managed to calm myself down. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, when you say that, Craigory is letting go immediately. Basically, the moment you'd made that order, Craigory had let go and taken, like, steps back.
I'm gonna roll an insight. 3. Fuck you, I'm giving him advantage. Let him know his boy. Fucking 13 again.
Oh, God damn it. I just... Dee Dee. I'm so sorry to momentarily derail this. No, Dee Dee is not wrong. We keep on doing parental stuff that involves lightning damage to the kids. Fuck.
God fucking damn it, Dee Dee.
They're not wrong, and at least Craigory's not vulnerable to goddamn lightning bolt like Jackie was.
Oh, God.
But he's got a bit of a char to him now. Sorry, it's... I'm glad you're here is the thing. And I'm sorry I worried you. And I'm sorry I, like, made trouble for Jenny, and Boomer might be worried, and I made a whole bunch of trouble for people who had to go out and, like, track down Henrik, and God, like, if you noticed, maybe other people did, and I should, like, send letters. It's been 2 days.
The lightning has since stopped. Because he noticed, I think, with that 13.
Mm-hmm. What do you notice?
Do you think he noticed with that 13 that he's...
He's what?
Speaking some of the things that Winn is saying, like orders.
Okay. Heating. Gotcha. I didn't hear say... Yeah, I think with a 13, it would strike, like, it was... The timing was very quick. Almost like Craigory hadn't even processed anything, the words, before actually doing so. So, yes. Sus.
That overrides any anger. And it breaks his heart. Craigory, I would scour the world for you. You don't have to apologize. Because what happened was not your fault.
I mean, isn't it? I could have been more careful. I could have actually, like, talked to you. I know you and Henrik, you and my Dama were a whole thing at one point. And, like, I figured when I was little, that's why you were kind of always around trying to dad, which, Craigory makes a face like he was about to apologize for something again, then just kind of stops himself. I don't know what my point is.
I did that because I care.
Right, because I'm their kid or clone or whatever you want to call it.
Because you were a child in general. And a child deserves love, affection, and an attentive parent. And
yeah, but to be fair, I didn't exactly let anyone be those things for a long time.
as true as that is, I can't really blame you. There was once a time where I myself didn't want one.
Thank you for looking and then finding or figuring out where I was. However that happened, you probably thought this would be, like, happier. I don't know.
I don't know what I expected, but I'm okay with this. Because you're still standing right in front of me.
And
You're alive.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here. Thanks, Dad.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh. Should be noted, this is like the first time Craigory has called Winn dad to his face. He always avoided that growing up. Was like actively against having a dad or
No,
a mom or
fuck you,
whatever the fuck.
19. 2. Yes, good.
Oh?
2. Fuck your 19. That's a disadvantage.
Uh-huh, and for what? What happens?
That's a wisdom check. And it's not bad. It isn't bad. If you look up at Winn, you can see him welling up with tears in one eye.
No, don't cry. That's
And
not what I wanted to do.
He's doing that thing where he's trying to straighten up so that he doesn't look like he's crying, but he's still... This man looks like he's on the verge of falling.
Oh, no. Craigory's got, like, the hands where he was like, should I not have... Did I read that? Should I not have said that? We can pretend it didn't happen. Like, are you okay? Did I... Like, no one needs to know.
God. I love you so fucking much. And, as he tries to dry his eye, there is a smile on his face.
And Craigory's just, one swipe at his own eyes again. Yeah, I know. I'm, ready to accept that. I think is so. What that boils down to. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm sorry I took so long.
I don't know if you've noticed. I'm a very patient man. I would wait forever to hear that. As long as in the end you were happy.
You mentioned wanting to try out one of the cafes in town?
Let me hug my son again first.
Okay. Yeah.
Tight dad hug.
Dad
Tight
hug.
dad hug.
Craigory's hugging with gusto. You know what? For funsies, I'm gonna roll strength.
I'm gonna roll con.
Oh, with 11, he doesn't pick up his small dad. Not quite.
No, but he does get a squeak.
So, I mean, hey, Kara, and Craigory just kind of speaks to the air in general. He doesn't know how well this works. If you just, let us walk to the Ghost Cafe, that'd be great. There doesn't seem to be any answer, I think, but Craigory's just gonna start walking.
Winn is as well. I think I've talked to RJ about this. I think I remember doing so. Winn has been here a few times.
Okay.
On the job of,
Not flying in, clearly.
Yeah, no, not flying in, absolutely not. He's usually normal about it and walks.
Use the teleportation circle like everybody else, you maniac.
Usually
you either
that's what
do the
got.
Teleportation circle, or you run the gambit of trying to get in through the forest.
I mean, that's honestly just how Jackie comes in, is through the fucking forest, and then they go through the iron bars that lead to the graveyard.
Superior answers, clearly. But whether they're actually managing to get there or head that direction or not, Cray doesn't really know. He's just kind of putting that in Kara's hands because he knows that if Kara doesn't want him to get to a place or is feeling mischievous, he can't really stop that. So the Ghost Cafe would be neat, but mostly he's just happy to meander with Winn and also the ability to meander.
Yeah. If Craigory would take it, Winn will offer his arm.
Yeah, Craigory will take that. I think Winn's gotten the fine sense throughout this whole FPS. Yeah, touch and physical affection, Craigory's... He has been far more touchy and clingy than Winn's ever seen him, honestly.
Winn hasn't said anything about it. Usually, Winn himself is not a touchy person, but it's dad time.
It's father-son time. Finally! Finally, it's named father-son time. Craigory finally went, you know what, I'd actually like a dad. I need a dad. I need my dad. Integration. Dad achieved after all these, like, this long decade.
God.
So I think that's kind of all I've got this very improv session.
I hand you that eventually Winn just whips out a fucking adoption paper from his goddamn hammer space.
And Craigory looks and he goes, oh, I may need to talk with you about, like, I could tell you, I do have my own plan for, like, a name change.
I can help you with that.
I mean, I know someone already who can, like, do the paperwork, but I'm just saying, I kind of have it picked out. So that's what would need to go in there. So I guess you'd actually be the first to know. It's a bit of surprise, a bit of the people involved don't know. So
he's listening intently.
Yeah, I could tell you. And Craigory tells Winn, and I'm not going to say it here.
You motherfucker!
I'll tell you in DMs. Or you know what?
You son of a bitch!
Or you know what? If you want to do Winn's reaction right now, I'll just DM it. Because Craigory seems very excited and nervous and excited about this.
And Winn is incredibly, like, he's doing that, like, chin hands thing.
And the equivalent of the DM sent is Craigory kind of almost whispers it in Winn's ear because it's exciting. He's nervous, excited to change this and propose this, and he pulls back and looks at Winn kind of worriedly. Is that okay? Is it okay that I changed the middle, that I got rid of Henrik?
There is just a smile on his face. I'm gonna roll a deception, but it's not a bad one. It's to see if he can contain his excitement. He is containing his excitement, but you can absolutely see the sparkles of someone who is very excited.
You think
he's just happy that Craigory's happy.
Yeah, you think they'll like
it? It fills him with so much joy.
Mm-hmm. Craigory's kind of filled Winn in, like, the context and the reasoning. He says, you think they'll like it?
Give me a minute. I think they are going to love it.
And Craigory just smiles real big. And unless you got anything else, that might be a high note to end it on.
There is so much love in this small dad. I think I'm good.
Yay! Things I didn't expect, teasing the name change, but there we go.
Listen. I don't know how long exactly Winn's had that adoption paper filled out and ready.
The amount of people who have paperwork that's been ready for Craigory, by my count, that's 3. So that's just very funny to me. But in the meantime, I can stop my recording.
Alrighty.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Dad time. We have found the son. We saw him. Good night.
We have the boy.
We do.